Hi, my name's Rowena and this is my channel, A Fuller World. Having just come back from an amazing European summer holiday, we thought it was time to explore a little closer to home. So me and my camera shy husband Kirk are here to explore a little bit more of Australia and one of our favourite places, New Zealand. We hope you enjoy this next series.
Good morning and welcome to Western Australia. We've actually come down here for a work conference, but we thought we'd tack a little bit of travelling on the end. So we are in Perth, we've finished with the work conference and we're about to jump in a car and head down to the Margaret River area of WA. But before we left Perth, I wanted to come down here to this place called the Omeo Shipwreck. So it's here in Fremantle. And basically there's a shipwreck really close to shore, so you can snorkel out and explore the shipwreck. And they also have a series of underwater artwork, so they've got a little bit of snorkeling trail that you can come and see. It is probably the wrong time of day, the tide's coming in, the sun hasn't quite come up yet, so I'm not sure how much we'll be able to see, but I'm going to jump in for a few minutes and try and take a look at it before we leave anyway. Even though this maybe isn't the perfect time to come out and see it, the sun of that shipwreck. There's fish all around it. I don't know if the GoPro caught that, but there's tiny fish swimming all around the wreck. It is beautiful, and I also have it completely to myself. There is not another snorkeler out here exploring with me. It is beautiful and it's an awesome way to start the day. Honestly though, that was pretty cool. I know it's probably not the best time of day to get a great view, in the sense that the sun's not shining through the water. It's a little bit choppy, tide's coming in, but still got an amazing view of the shipwreck. And I'm also the only one here, literally the only one in the water. It's just swimming, and there's all these fish around the boat. They part, you can see that shipwreck, and it's what a way to start the day. Very, very happy, and we'll get moving and start making our way downstairs towards my room.
I'm having a look.
So we have come down to the Fremantle prison. Just to get a bit of an idea of, I guess, the convict history of this area before we leave it. So we've booked a tour and they're going to take us around and tell us a little bit about the prison, which before it was a prison was a convict house. So yeah, we'll go in and check it out.
So we learned that initially 10,000 male convicts were brought into the prison to build on the land, and they were there really to quarry limestone from the hill, and they actually created the prison itself from the limestone. Some of the other cool things that they showed us were an artist cell by an artist named James Shaw, who somehow, even though he wasn't allowed any materials in the cell, managed to create these beautiful drawings all over the walls of his cell. And he has actually work hung in the Perth Gallery. And finally, a bit of an icky one, but we learnt that the toilet facilities were this bucket, which was used all the way up to 1991, which is just mad, when the prison finally shut down.
far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way.
So we have made it to Margaret River, and you can probably see just peeking through the bushland behind me, there's a few little vineyards. And that's because Margaret River is famous for one main thing, and that is wine, wine and more wine. So we are all very keen to go off and explore this area and have an amazing day. So let's show you around. Alright, so we thought it was a little early in the morning for wines, so we've come out to the Ngilgi cave systems here in Margaret River, and apparently this cave system is over 1 million years old, which is pretty cool, so we're going to walk through and check it out. So they were saying that it takes 100 years to grow a centimetre of one of the stalactites or stalagmites. So you can see how big some of them are, how long it's taken to form these formations in these caves. And the other thing is that they produce carbon dioxide as they're forming as well. So it's a little bit like feeling like when you're in high atmosphere, like walking through here, we're all getting a little bit puffed and we were wondering why. But yeah, so that's why I take a bit of time, breathe through the stairs. But yeah, it's really pretty, it's really cool. So we also thought we'd explore a bit of the stunning coastline here down at Margaret River. So we've come out to this place called Canal Rocks, and we're just going to walk along the coastline and take in the spectacular views.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way down your old path.
Seriously though, the coastline here is stunning. These rock formations are gorgeous and it is such a beautiful day. The water is all those colours of clear and turquoise and sparkling, and it's such a beautiful part of the world.
Won't be long, I'm there before the settings. We fall into the place I call my home. I was looking to belong when I already found my home.
Alright, it's finally wine time.
Been fermented 6 months in the French oak barrel on a little bit of stainless steel barrel as well, on 1 year in the bottle.
That is good as well.
So winery number 1 was the Stormflower Vineyard, and the guy here is a beautiful gentleman. The wine tasting was lovely, and actually the wines were really good. A couple of things that we haven't seen anywhere else, so I do recommend coming here. But yeah, beautiful day, and we're off to winery number 2. So winery number 2 is the Cullen Winery, and it's definitely much more of that classic vineyard. It is really gorgeous here though. You've got the vineyards jutting out and then you've got these kind of solo gum trees jumping up between them. So it's this beautiful sort of vista outlook. And the guys, more so than me, are definitely enjoying these wines. They're a little bit on the dry side for me. But God, gorgeous place, gorgeous day. It also looks like they do amazing food, a little bit more upscale. We did try to come here for lunch, but they've closed off their kitchens. They're booked out for lunch. Just a bit of a shame, but oh yeah, gorgeous.
We maintain the purity of the fruit over here. There is no oak, just like floral and elegant, clean.
Sweet wine? These are all quite.
All right, so winery number 3 is the Olio Bella, which is our lunch stop. All the wineries we've been at this morning are certified organic, which is really interesting. So obviously no pesticides or things used on their products, which does apparently make some people a bit sick or react to a wine. So it's nice to know that you probably don't get that same reaction to the wines we're drinking today. You can probably drink a few more. But I'm out here in the olive groves. So as well as their own wines, they also produce their own olive oils and what looks like a really nice Italian menu, which is why we're very excited for lunch. Okay, so this is now winery number 4, the Fraser Gallop Estate. I think Tam and I have given up a little bit, we're overwined. But Janet and Kirk are inside enjoying a tasting. What I do want to try here though is that they have an iced wine, which is a little bit of a point of difference. It's not something you find a lot around Australia, apparently more like sort of Tassie. So yeah, we might try that one and then I think we'll go back for an afternoon nap.
This one's a 2023, 100% Chardonnay, goes into barrel for about 3 months. Nice and zesty and has that little bit of lime hit to it. About 2 weeks after the normal Chardonnay picking, and then we freeze it for about 4 or 5 days, and that allows us to have a frozen grape.
So I feel like all in all, today's been a pretty successful day of wine tasting. I think we each came away with a couple of bottles of wine, so they might get cracked open with dinner later. But our plan is just to take a couple of hours to rest, and then we think we might head back out towards the coast for sunset. All right, so we have chosen our sunset spot. We've come out to a place called the Sugarloaf Rock, which is this big kind of jagged rock formation jutting out from the peninsula, from the coastline. I think it's going to be a really nice spot for the sunset and a really nice way to end our day here in Margaret River. Honestly, this spot is worth coming to. There's only a couple of other people here, so it's pretty quiet, but like perfect spot for sunset. Like even not sunset, the views are just beautiful. So definitely try and come on down to the Sugarloaf Rock. Well worth it.